strength and the ability and the accuracy and the speed. Oh gosh, you know I'm the best in the world. He's right in front of me and I can honestly tell him that I'm going to knock him spark out.
Yes. Welcome back, guys, to another edition of TDs and Flying Knees. This is episode 10. So casuals beware, we do offend. All right? So you know the drill. Let me get to introducing the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
What's up, Louis here. Just excited to be here. Let's get this going.
Go DJ, that's my DJ. Go DJ, that's my DJ.
Hey, what's going on? DJ here. You know, just enjoying the high life. Getting ready to talk about these fights over the weekend and some fantasy football.
Jeff.
I like it.
Jeff.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us again. Let's get into it.
Alright, guys, you know what it is. Smooth Steven Cruz, your host with the most. Let's get into it because I have a lot of boxing news. It's been a busy couple of weeks for boxing. First up, Joe Smith Jr. is reportedly finalizing a 2-fight deal, with his first being a title defense of his mandatory. But then the second fight will be Daniel Jacobs in Madison Square Garden sometime in January or February. All right, next up, Oscar Valdez versus Robinson Consignee. Okay, I tried, guys.
It's a drink.
Consiglio. Did I say it right?
You almost got it.
All right. Oh, that's going to be exciting. Oscar Valdez has one of the most exciting knockouts of last year.
Yeah,
Let's be on the lookout for that.
They do feel good.
All right, unbeaten top 147-pound contender Virgil Ortiz, 16-0 with 16 knockouts. That's right, 100% knockout ratio.
Damn.
He's going to be fighting the two-time Olympian I'm sorry, guys. Egidius Mean Machine Kavaliauskas. You can't blame me for not knowing how to say that. On August 14th,
Crazy.
on Dazan. So that's another fight, and this is a good step up for Virgil Ortiz, and especially if he wants that Terrence Crawford fight, because this will be an opponent they would have in common. And if he can get a better stoppage than Crawford did and do a better performance, I think that would definitely land him
That was nice.
Crawford fight. And plus, they're both top ranked; they're both in house. So.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right, next up, 2-division world champ Guillermo Rigondeaux will face bantamweight world champion John Rigo Casamiro for his WBO belt on Saturday, August 14th. And this is another banger, man. We all know who Rigondeaux is, man. He's one of the best defensive boxers in the lighter weight divisions. And Casamiro is just high explosive, just, Filipino style, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. So it's going to be awesome. All right. Next up, Mauricio Lara versus Josh Warrenton 2 announced. This is going to be a rematch of the epic 9-round war where Lara brutally knocked out Josh Warrenton, putting in a massive dent in the former featherweight champ's plans on unifying the featherweight division, man. And let me fast forward to this knockout, man. I think me and DJ saw this and we thought he was dead.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah, it was out. Yeah,
I sent y'all that replay, yeah.
It was a good fight, by the way, too.
Yeah,
the
that
whole
was a good fight.
Should be coming up right, the 9th round.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is gonna be a great fight, man. I cannot wait. This was pure brutality, man.
They both rocked each other, too, right?
Yeah.
Warrenton had rocked.
Big upset, man. Big upset.
Definitely knocked off a few years off that dude's life for us.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for this, man. And it's going to be on Dazan, so it's going to be a 2 o'clock card. It's on September 4th, so we'll get to see probably a UFC card at night. So it's going to be a great, great day. All right, next up, Charles Cornwell and Montana Love to appear on separate fights on the Paul versus Woodley undercard. And I'm only bringing this up because I'm starting to like Jake Paul a little bit more every time. I mean, from paying for that fighter, right? He donated, and then giving the chain, and then letting Dustin, donate it to charity. And then this, you know, and both Paul brothers, they showcase a lot of real boxers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this,
Right.
he's putting 2 up and comers. You know, he's giving them a platform to shine. In Conwell, who's 15-0, 11 knockouts. He's a 2016 U.S. Olympian. Montana Love, I got some clips of him hitting mitts. He's just like a highly touted prospect in the welterweight division. So, you know, that's cool that he's giving these guys platforms.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yep.
All right, next up, Tim Tszyu could be facing Brian Castano that we just saw. Just because,
wow.
yeah. So Brian Castano, Tim Tszyu is his mandatory, and he's the number 1 ranked contender in the WBO. And from the looks like what we saw last night, Jamel Charlo didn't want that rematch.
Yeah, you could tell by his post-fight interview that he was like, I got to talk to my manager.
So
Any real competitor is going to be like, no, I need that one back, you know?
Exactly,
like, that was
man.
a draw, let's do it again.
And we'll get a little bit more into that, you know, what our opinions on that.
Definitely.
But and Jamel might want to do his mandatory for the IBF. So that might happen. We might see Brian versus Castano versus Tim Tszyu. That's going to be another great fight. Hopefully it's here in the U.S. Definitely,
Right,
I would love for Tim Tszyu to debut over here, man.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. All right, next up, let me get that little sound clip because this is another fucking lame one. Guess what's getting canceled again?
Timofimo Lopez.
Versus George Kambosos Jr. Yes.
They should just give him a different opponent at this time.
Well, check this out. So he doesn't want to go. Him and his Lopez's team doesn't want to go through with the fight in Australia due to the 14-day quarantine they would have to deal with. So they're willing to sacrifice the 135 belt. They're willing to vacate it. And he still has all the other belts at 135 though.
That's crazy.
Wow.
But that's boxing, man. I guess it's the fighter, not the belts, that make it good.
Yeah.
I guess.
But yeah, I mean that's how it goes. I think he wants to get out of that nightmare that is Thriller, and he wants to go back to Top Rank.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's trying to do, man. I don't know.
Dang, that sucks, man.
All right, breaking
Hopefully they give him
news.
another opponent soon, because I want to
Yeah,
see that
exactly,
guy fight.
man. Breaking news: Logan Paul versus Anderson Silva, rumored for September
I like it.
19th. What are your guys' thoughts on that, real quick?
I like it, man. I don't think it's going to be very competitive. I think Silva will win pretty easily because what made Logan Paul able to like last in that fight with Mayweather was just he was so much bigger, you know.
Yeah.
He just had a massive size advantage on Floyd, and he won't have that here, you know, against Anderson. So it's cool, dude. I like it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Anderson fight again. I think he'll win pretty easily.
Yeah, they're about the same size. I think they showed them side by side comparison, same height. I think Anderson favors in a reach by an inch, but other than that, the weights aren't too bad. I mean, Anderson fought at 205 before easily, so yeah. So that matchup's actually pretty. It should be pretty fun.
Yeah, I think it's a bad fight for Logan Paul, man.
Yeah,
Oh, it is,
and that's the thing. I mean, Anderson on his last boxing match with
A real boxer,
Charlo
Yeah.
Jr.
professional boxer,
yeah, what should be a real boxer.
right?
He looked pretty good. He looked real good. Like he's a decent boxer. I don't want to say he's like one of the best, but he looked real good as a boxer. He moved good. He flowed good, and he's fighting Logan Paul, who's flat-footed.
Yeah,
And it's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm just glad that Anderson's gonna get a big payday, man, because it's definitely gonna get over a million pay-per-views.
Oh, yeah.
Payday.
Yeah, he's gonna get that payday.
He deserves it, man.
All right, more breaking news. Apparently, Kayla Plant versus Canelo Alvarez reportedly close to being finalized for September 18th in Las Vegas. And this will be reportedly Canelo's first fight back into pay-per-view since the second Triple G fight. And reportedly, he's going to make his biggest payday ever in this fight.
Yeah, so is Plant.
Damn.
Plant's getting
Yeah.
paid to get knocked out.
Well, yeah, most guys, Canelo fights, it is their biggest payday.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't doubt it. It probably is Plant's biggest payday.
I mean, last week I think they were talking about. It's crazy how the boxing news changes because last week after we did our episode, they started talking about how that fight might not even happen. And they were talking about Triple G
Yep, that's true, man.
and Canelo doing it again.
I'm glad it's happening though.
I'm glad we get to see this.
see this matchup.
Yep.
history because Canelo will become undisputed if he wins.
Oh yeah.
True.
First Mexican undisputed champion.
Nice. Nice.
All right, guys, it's official. The contracts have been signed. Alexander Usyk versus Anthony Joshua for sure, September 25th at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. This would be another 2 o'clock for us, I guess, Central Time. So September 25th, we got that banger and whatever
Nice.
the UFC's probably going to do at night. So
Yep.
another great day, man.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
we should fire up the barbecue early.
I like this. I just hope this is not another Andy Ruiz fight for Anthony Joshua. Gets knocked out and loses a chance of the biggest payday of his life against Fury.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be knocked out by Usyk, but I think he has a chance of being beaten on the scorecards
Yeah.
by this kind of guy.
I mean,
He didn't
Yeah,
seem
I
to
think-
have the pop
I
in
think he will
heavyweight.
lose. I think going into the scorecards, we're all gonna think Joshua lost, but he's still gonna win on the scorecards. That's what I think will happen.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's one of the biggest, other than Canelo. He's probably the second biggest cash cow in boxing, man.
Yeah.
You think he's bigger than Fury?
Yeah.
Joshua, yeah.
He's
It's
bigger in the
weird
UK.
how he's.
But Fury's bigger here,
Fury's.
But
which
Joshua's
that's what
bigger.
matters, I guess. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Fury is a character, you know.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
like
he's
Fury.
he's an
Fury
entertainer
is
too, though.
Yeah,
you know?
crowd likes him. I love the singing afterwards. You know,
Which
he
is
gets
not
people
bad,
involved, and yeah, and he sure is a hoot, and he's a wild character. But
hopefully,
Joshua, like, he's just a clean cut,
yeah.
strictly business, and then
Yep.
hopefully he takes his fight serious. You know, that way we can get a Fury and Joshua fight. But
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough fight for him. But because Alexander Usyk,
Anthony, I'm coming for you.
he's ready, man. He's ready. He's been wanting that fight for a long time. So, and then, do you have any info on the Wilder and
Yes, it was rescheduled to October 9th.
okay Wilder Fury October 9th, guys, rescheduled. Even though Fury was car shopping without a mask.
Without a mask. Apparently he was
Yeah.
COVID positive.
I don't think he even maybe he didn't train for the fight and he just didn't take it seriously.
That's crazy.
I don't know, man.
well, it could be a false positive test, but let's see. That's funny.
That's what it looked like when the reschedule. Was
Unless
pretty
he's
quick.
trolling, you know, he is a character, so he could have probably had that picture a while back and
Yeah, yeah.
posted it up.
True.
You know, he could be trolling then.
You big dosser!
Well, that is all for boxing news. I'm gonna kick it over to Jeff for some MMA news.
Yeah, I got a couple fight announcements. Pretty exciting ones, to be honest, man. Let's start in the light heavyweight division. We have number 7 Magomed Ankalaev. He's gonna fight number 8 Volkan Oezdemir at a UFC event on September 4th. So that's a good top 10 matchup right there. And Ankalaev, he's getting close to a title shot, man. So if he wins, he'll probably find himself in a title in a contender fight. You know, number 1 contender fight. Let's go over to UFC 266, man. It's official. Robbie Lawler and Nick Diaz are gonna fight at UFC 266 on September 25th. So and it's scheduled for. It's not gonna be the main event. Obviously, it's not for a title, but it's scheduled for 5 rounds.
Yep. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, man. A lot of us been waiting for Nick's comeback fight, and now it's official. I think last week we had already announced that it was gonna be against Robbie Lawler. We just didn't have a date.
Yeah.
But now we got the official date, September 25th, and looking forward to that. Nick, it's been a while, man. It hasn't fought since losing to Anderson Silva in 2015.
Oh,
He hasn't won a fight since 2009.
yeah. But
Damn.
Isn't that crazy? We're so excited to
see
see
this-
someone who
to see
hasn't
a
won
guy.
a fight. Both guys are on losing streaks.
yeah.
And this is probably the biggest fight announcement.
Yeah, man.
You know what I
It's
mean?
but that's like a fight fans, like old school fans.
Yeah.
They always wanted to see this, you know. Even when I think when Robert Lawler was making his winning streak, I was like, man, it'd be sweet if you know Diaz came back and they throw down because they're both just warriors, man.
Yeah.
I wish Chris was here so we could ask him to look it up. But is this like is this a rematch? Did this like take the longest in any UFC? This is 17
years.
In the making.
Probably, dude. I would think so.
And
It's
it's not
crazy.
like they weren't under the same umbrella for a while too. I think they both fought in Strikeforce. They didn't have to fight each other, but Robert Lawler was doing middleweight.
Oh, yeah, he was a middleweight.
Yeah.
And then
he's big.
Diaz was doing 170.
Yep.
our catchweight 160s, which was weird.
Yeah, but we're all excited for that one. On the same card, let's stay on the same card. Women's flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko will defend her belt against Lauren Murphy. The same card, guys. UFC 266 on September 25th. That's the co-main event. Then we got the main event on that card. It's official. Featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski will fight Brian Ortega that night as well. Their date had been moved around a little bit, but it is now official for that date.
That's 266?
Yep, UFC 266.
That's not a bad card at all.
September 25th. Yeah, not bad, dude. I'm assuming those will be the top 3 on the pay-per-view card. So, looking forward to that one. As far as fight announcements, that's all I have. But I do have a little bit of news concerning Conor McGregor. Dana White comes out and says that Conor McGregor has chronic arthritis in his ankles. And also, Conor actually asked if he could tape his ankles before this third fight with Dustin. And he did get clearance from the Nevada State Athletic Commission, but he ended up opting not to tape his ankles for whatever reason. But I don't know if that has anything to do with his... I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with his leg snapping, but he does have arthritis, chronic arthritis in his ankles. Matthew Mortar Brown came out and said that it does suck. Has nothing to do with breaking bones or anything, but it does suck to train on arthritis in your ankles. So yeah, and if you guys are anybody out there wondering, I'm sure we're all wondering, Dana White says that it's going to be at least a year before McGregor is able to even think about coming back. So we got a long time before we'll see Conor back in the octagon, if at all. I mean, who's to say over this next year he just decides that he's done? He's super rich already.
Yeah, and he's getting a lot of flack the way he's been handling himself in that post-fight interview too. I mean, a lot of people are talking about it.
Yep.
People are saying, like, they're talking down about how could UFC let someone like him be in their organization, the way he talks about people's family and things like that. But it's just a game. I mean, it's just a head game he plays. I guess people are sensitive nowadays to that type
could
of
be,
stuff.
man, could be. And also it's his job to sell the fight.
Exactly. That's
So
people.
I can't speak obviously for Dustin. Like, I'm not in his shoes. I don't know how it feels to him, but he seems to take it really, really personal.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Mike Tyson said he was going to eat someone's kids, right? One time.
I think he
He was
did.
gonna fuck someone in the ass.
Yeah. So
But,
I mean,
if they fight again, at the end of the day, all Conor is doing is putting more money in Dustin's pocket, right? Because that's going to bring more views to, more eyeballs to their fight.
yeah, Conor's one of those fighters people. And they love him and they love to hate him. They'll pay money to see him lose, and a lot of people pay money to see him win. So he's just a cash cow.
Sure is, man. And I hope he comes back. I hope we haven't seen the last of Conor McGregor in an octagon. So in a year from now, hopefully we'll be hearing some news about him coming back.
Do you think there would ever be a cash cow as valuable as McGregor to the UFC?
I don't know, man.
Not anytime soon.
It's going to take so much. The way, it's not just his personality. He was able to back it all up at the beginning when it mattered. Mm-hmm. That fight against Chad Mendes, probably the biggest fight of his career, because it was the first fight he faced real adversity, and he fought through it and he won that fight, dude. If he loses that fight, I don't think any of this happens. I don't think Conor McGregor becomes what he is today if he loses that fight,
Yeah, I do see one guy that could be like that, like a cash cow kind of a fighter, and that's Bellator's MVP.
Gotcha.
He's flashy. He has all the flashy knockouts. It's just he's under that organization. A lot of people in UFC, like a lot of UFC fans, don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
And if they watch his highlights, I mean, he's a wild fighter. It's crazy. He throws Pokeballs at people when he knocks them out.
Yeah, I like that.
That was crazy.
He Thanos people in the ring afterwards. He knocks them out. I mean, he's a character. I mean, he's just like Conor McGregor. They both came up in the same organization. I remember seeing them both before they got into UFC and in Bellator, and it looks like they went different ways. But I think he can be one because UFC is really good at promoting people like that.
Yeah, that's if he ever comes over, though.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah, but now to answer your question, Luis, I don't think we'll ever see another. If we do, it won't be for a while, man. Because like I said, Conor McGregor's just, I don't know how he did it. It was just his career at the beginning. It was perfect. And after he beat Mendes, he beat Aldo in 13 seconds. Aldo hadn't lost in over a decade. Mm-hmm. Like over 10 years, he was super dominant, dude. And he just comes in and knocks him out the same way it happened. The way he said it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna knock him out, and he fucking knocked him out in 13 seconds. It's just unbelievable.
Let's put Conor McGregor's mouth on Francis Ngannou, and then we got our next cash cow.
Yeah. There you go. 'Cause it's not only about being dominant in the cage, dude. You have to be able to sell it, and that's what he's just been so good at. Like nobody's been able to do anything like him when it comes to like selling fights. Colby Covington is doing his best to be like, to sell fights outside of the cage.
Yeah.
I guess in the UFC, he's probably the one guy, aside from Conor, that does a whole lot of talking outside
He
of
does.
the cage.
Yep. And to everybody, not just his opponents.
Yeah. But as far as news and fight announcements, that's all I got for today.
All right, guys, let's get into the fight reviews. Bellator 262, Vasquez versus. Do you know how to pronounce her name?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I have to drink.
Drink.
I think we need another beer.
Who is it again?
Keelholtz.
Oh, Keelholtz.
Keelholtz. That's what I was gonna say too.
Do you have anything to say really about any card, any notable fights about it?
I mean, it was a fight card. If you like fights,
it was a fight
fights, there were fights on that card. It wasn't my favorite card to watch. Juliana Vasquez retains her title, by decision. It was it's just not one of those cards you're too happy to.
It didn't look good.
About,
Yeah.
Hey, but I saw a funny fact because Matt Mitrione was on there, and
Right.
MMA On Point posted this trivia. He was blacked out, right? It was like Guess Who?
Mhm.
And he's like, who's the person to knock out Fedor and Derek Lewis? And I was like, who knocked out Fedor and Derek Lewis?
Oh, yeah, I saw
And
that
it was
same one.
Matt
It
Mitrione.
was Matt Mitrione.
Yeah. Oh, and who else? A bunch of pretty come up elite people.
4 people. It was Fedor. It was
Derek Lewis.
And it was
It wasn't Kimbo, was it?
Kimbo.
Yeah, Kimbo
was
and
on
somebody
there.
else.
And one more guy, dude.
It was pretty elite, and I was like, damn, who is this dude?
Y'all ever
Let me
watched
see.
that series when he was in Tough?
Yeah.
He was my favorite going into the
Gabriel Gonzaga.
Gabriel Gonzaga,
That's
yeah,
right,
another
Gonzaga,
good-
yeah.
Another good guy.
That's who it was. Those 4. And it was fucking Matt Mitrione, dude.
Can you believe Matt Mitrione? That's
Yeah.
insane, bro. Knocked out Derek Lewis. And he really knocked him out pretty good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, his boxing was it's pretty clean for a big guy like
He has power,
I think he
For a
was in the
football
NFL.
player, man.
Yeah, he was in the
Yeah.
NFL.
Matt Mitrione, he ended up losing by knockout not by knockout. He lost by submission in the first round. Yeah, we'll get into the UFC Vegas 31 review. That was Islam Makhachev versus Thiago Moises. Okay, so yeah, this card, it was 10 fights total. We had 5 fights on the prelims, 5 fights on the main card. Out of the 10 fights, 8 of them were finishes. So it was a good card, man. It might have been a freak card, but it was a good card. And all 5 fights on the main card were stoppages.
Yeah.
So there was no shortage of action. These they were going at it. I would like to start on the feature prelim bout. It was Daniel Rodriguez versus Preston Parsons, and this fight I mentioned last week, dude, because I'm a big fan of Daniel Rodriguez, and he delivered. It was Daniel Rodriguez ends up winning by first round TKO. He's coming off a win over Mike Perry in a fight that he looked really good in. Man, he beat up Mike Perry pretty good. It was a striking match, and in this fight, his boxing, it was just too much for Parsons. He ended up landing several left hands, and Parsons ends up dropping, man. And it was an impressive performance by Rodriguez. He looked really good. Did you guys get to catch that one? It was good.
Yeah.
I think you did, right?
He looked good, man.
Yeah, man. He looked good. He's impressive. So
Yeah, when any of us bring up somebody that they're highly on, they're high on, I like to check it out. You know what I mean? Because I think we're all knowledgeable.
Yeah, man, it was impressive. So I'm looking forward to his next fight, man. Hopefully it's a good one. Let's get into the main card. First fight on the main card took place in the featherweight division. Billy Corontillo versus Gabriel Benitez. And these guys, man, they put on a show.
Yeah.
In the end, it was Corontillo who earned a third round TKO, but it wasn't before these. Both guys put on a fantastic fight. I saw both of them actually score a knockdown.
Yep.
Their efforts earned them $50K, man, because this was fight of the night. Corontillo looked great, dude, for the majority of the fight. I mean, he looked good for the whole fight.
Yeah.
Except for a sequence in the third round, he got dropped.
Yeah.
It was scary for him because he was clearly winning, and then to get dropped in the third round and almost have it slip away.
Yeah.
He was able to recover though, and he ends up getting the finish. Yeah, I know you got to catch this one. For
Yeah,
sure,
that was a
DJ.
good fight. That was back and forth. It was just nonstop action. That was one of the ones, us people that like MMA. That was a good fight. That was
Exactly,
real good.
yeah. You got to see a little bit of everything, man. One thing I noticed about Corontillo, as soon as he took the back, he went for that body lock right away,
Yeah.
dude. Body triangle, I guess. Is what it is? Yeah, and he gets that triangle, dude, and he was good at just holding Benitez there, man, and beating him up. Can't remember seeing many fights stopped where fighter is on the bottom, has the back, and finishes the fight with strikes, because that's how he finished it.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird. Like that position right there is where he finished it with strikes.
Yeah, I think he just went all out.
I think his eye was just so beaten.
There you go,
and
Steve.
swollen.
Yeah, it was, dude. It was beat up pretty bad.
I don't think he wanted to go to the scorecards either. So
Yeah, see,
yeah, it was good. It was a good fight. I mean,
he copied Sean O'Malley's
Yeah.
little.
Oof, nice
I think
one.
that's probably what did the eye. That right there, or maybe that one.
yeah, because it swelled up pretty fast after he got popped there. But man, it was such
It was a good fight, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy Corontillo, guys. If you don't already watch his fights, you need to start to, because you're missing out.
Yeah, he's gonna be someone coming up. That's
Yeah, I
for sure.
picked against him on verdict, man.
No, I got all mine right.
Nice, good stuff, Luis.
Show off.
But this one didn't even count. I didn't get no top 10% or nothing.
It's because you probably didn't bet too much XP. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all depends, man, where you bet that XP. Next fight. Let's go into the next fight, guys. This took place in the middleweight division. Rodolfo Vieira versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Yeah, there you go. Dustin Stoltzfus. Vieira ends up winning by third round submission, rear naked choke. But this fight too, man, it was action. These guys were coming forward. It was good striking. Vieira kept landing a stiff jab, dude. And he had a really good jab. It was pretty much the only strike that was working for him, but it was working well.
Yeah.
He's known for his jiu-jitsu, but for the most part, man, it was a lot of standing and a lot of striking. He managed his gas tank last time out. He lost by submission. It was his first loss of his career. He lost to Fluffy Hernandez. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's a good fighter. I think I watched it with you, Luis. He's a jiu-jitsu guy, Rodolfo Vieira, and he was gonna win in the first round. It looked like he was gonna sub him. Ends up gassing out, and then this dude, he was like a skinny fighter. He just ends up subbing him, but
Yeah.
It's another fight I got wrong because I thought Vieira was gonna gas out, like he's gassing
like he
out
did in the last fight.
and he lasted 3 rounds? Would it go 3 rounds?
Yep. Into the third round, man, and he looked a lot more aware of his cardio. Like he wasn't trying to go all out. He wasn't trying to use too much energy, and it paid off. And he got a good win. Next up on the card, we saw Jeremy Stevens lose in like a minute.
Yeah.
Fucking Kimura. I had high hopes for Stevens.
Yeah.
I've always been a Stevens fan because he's a fan favorite. He always goes in there, puts on a show. It's
Definitely.
always a scrap when Jeremy
And then-
Stevens is in the octagon.
He went back up to lightweight.
Yeah,
I mean,
back up to
so
lightweight where he
moved
is
up.
knocked out RDA cold.
Yeah, he's exciting to watch. He sure is. You like watching people go to sleep and you watch.
What's the name of Jeremy Stevenson's opponent?
Matus Gamrot.
Okay, I couldn't pronounce his name, but I heard a lot about him and for a while. Because the UFC bought his contract out from a big Polish promotion, KSW.
Okay.
And apparently KSW's big over there. Like, I forgot what UFC fighter or what fighter didn't want to come to the UFC because they were making more money over there in KSW. It's like
Oh, nice.
they make big money over there because they sign with the UFC. They're gonna get a development contract. So that's why
cool.
they stay over there. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're making big boy money. But they paid a lot for that guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I actually, coming into the fight, I was watching highlight videos, and I actually had that guy beating Stevens by KO in the first round. But last minute, I changed it, thinking Stevens would actually... I mean, I still had Stevens lose, but I had a decision.
Oh, okay.
I think he was
Stevens would have hold out.
he was a 2-weight champion in KSW too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, nah, dude, his highlights...
Oh, he
look
looks
him
it,
up.
dude. He's
Yeah,
a good
like,
fighter. I was giving Stevens one more, solid win before he goes out because he's already 35 years old.
Yeah, he needs
got
to be looking at that
34
crossover
fights in the
boxing.
UFC now. 34 fights in the UFC, bro.
Yeah.
And he don't. That's one thing about Jeremy Stevens is they always give him tough fights, bro. He's lost now. I think it's 5 in a row. But the guys he's lost, he hasn't won since 2018.
Damn.
And since then he's lost to, check these names out, dude. Jose Aldo, Zabit Magomed Sharapov, Yair Rodriguez, Calvin Cater, and now Matus Gamrot. So those they're not giving the guy. They're not helping him. They're giving him all the toughest matchups they can give him. So it sucks to see him losing all these fights because he's such a legend. You know?
So what, like he's like a journeyman for the MMA.
I think the UFC is using him as a barometer.
There you go, Steve. Yeah, I agree with you, man. They are.
And that's what it seemed like. I think he was doing. He looked like he was starting to become a contender, and then he started losing like to the higher up. So it looks like they just kept using him as someone to give to the newcomers, like a welcoming.
Yep.
To see where
guys, they're at.
Yeah, these guys are.
But yeah, man. So like I said, he's 35. That was his 34th fight in the UFC. He's only trailing Andrei Arlovsky, who has 35, and Jim Miller, who has 37, for all-time UFC appearances. So yeah, he's been around forever, man. That's a lot of fights to be, in the UFC. But yeah, so disappointed to see him go out in a minute like that. He didn't get hurt or anything, so he can fight again probably in a month. Hopefully they'll give him another fight soon. But let's get to the co-main event.
He didn't get much damage, so yeah.
I don't even think he got punched one time or kicked. He just got taken down and put in Kimura real quick.
That was so quick.
Yeah, but let's get to the co-main event. Misha Tate made her comeback against Marion Renault, and she looked like she never stepped away, man. She looked good. Third round TKO.
She didn't look like ring rust. I mean, I think in the beginning it looked a little like she was trying to get her
getting a rhythm.
But within the first 2 minutes, it looked like she was back in there, like she hadn't left, and she looked good. And I'm talking about her fighting too. We were laughing about the commentators. The commentators kept.
John Anik, dude. It was John Anik again, right?
Oh, was it him? Was it him? No, it was the other guy, not Disney.
I thought it was Anik, no? Because Anik's known for saying weird shit like that. Yeah. Last time he was like, "Oh yeah, these two guys are going through custody battles right now," or something like that. We don't even know that shit.
Isn't John Anik the one that didn't even know who Kazushi Sakuraba was on his debut? It was his first day working, and Sakuraba was getting inducted into the Hall of Fame in the Legends wing, and he didn't know who Sakuraba was. Bro. Like, give me your fucking job, bro.
I know, right?
No, it was the other commentator, not Michael Bisping, but the other guy. Okay. He was the one. I guess he was talking about how he goes, yeah, she's still breastfeeding, and it just got completely quiet.
No way.
For like 10 seconds, it got quiet. Like nobody was commentating nothing about the fight. It was like, I bet you they muted everybody. Like, what are you doing, man? Hey, what are you doing?
She's so amazing. She's still breastfeeding or nursing. I think.
Yeah, she's still nursing. Yeah, that's what he said.
But they fired him for it, like or Goldie. He used to say dumb shit like that too. Like, remember he's talking about he's talking about Matt Hughes and his brothers. Like, Matt and his brother used to pound each other on the farm. He's talking about like wrestling and they're just like playing around the farm. And then there's like BJ Blue as well, and then Rogan's like. He's like laughing because he's like gassed out.
Yeah, and Rogan's over there all stoned with his bum. You know what I mean?
On edibles, probably on DNT.
Who knows what fucking
Tate? She looked good, but I want her to see. I want her to go up against better competition.
Oh,
I know this girl's ranked number 12, but she didn't seem like.
Well, she was good. She's never been finished. And she
finished.
This girl, this 44-year-old girl.
Yeah, she's never been finished. She's a warrior. You know, she comes out.
She's tough.
You know, she puts on. She puts everything.
She either had a bad day or Tate's that good. Because
one thing that stood out to me, what Misha said is, and don't get me wrong, guys, I'm a Misha fan. I love Misha Tate. Love me some Misha Tate. But she said, I'm not here just to win fights. I'm here for the belt.
Yep.
And we all know who's holding the belt in the women's bantamweight division, and we all know she ain't losing the belt to Misha Tate. So I'm sorry.
Give her the title shot. Give her the title shot.
I don't want to see her get beat up by Amanda Nunes again.
You know, I love Amanda Nunes. Her last fight, I think she looked like she was tested a little bit. She showed a little.
Megan Anderson?
No, Megan.
No, was it the last one or the one before?
It was Megan Anderson. Yeah,
it
was Megan Anderson.
I think
it
was
like
Megan
a few moments in that fight.
By the way, I followed her. Great
like
Instagram.
Amanda. Alright, I gotta go take a look.
Yeah, I think we are gonna do that.
But yeah, Amanda Nunes. I mean,
wait, who? Megan Anderson?
Yeah, Megan Anderson.
Okay.
So Amanda Nunes, she she's on top right now. So everybody, she has a spotlight on her. People are gonna start studying her even more. I'm not saying that she can't. She can be defeated.
Oh yeah, everybody can.
I think the formula's out there, but the willpower and
putting it together
is not there, and she's just many levels on top of her competition.
Well,
She looks a little small to me though. She don't look a little small to you guys for 135.
She looks pretty smart to
isn't
me.
Tate's game plan like the remedy to beat him?
It can be.
But I just can't see you be strong enough to keep that constant pressure on Nunes.
I don't see it.
And I don't see her having a chin. I think 2 of Nunes' shots would probably rock her.
Yeah, or 1, bro. It'll take 1 from her.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for Nunes to want the money and just defend both titles in one night. Just say F it.
Yeah, if anybody can fight 2 times. I mean, they all can. Like back in the day, everyone used to fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
She should just do that.
Yeah, they should.
She should
Triple
weigh
C versus Amanda Nunes.
that one too. She should just weigh in at 145.
Man, y'all be disrespecting Triple C too much.
He saw that rap
goat.
video.
Well, he wants it. He said he wants it, bro. He's the intergender champion. He said.
It'd be like Randy Savage at South Park. Man, that was. Oh.
All right, let's get into the main event.
But you can hide. I'm coming. I'm here.
Here we go. Islam Makhachev versus
So
Thiago
scary.
Moises. This was the main event. This is why we were all here, all watching to see Islam perform, and he didn't disappoint. You know, he didn't come in and get a 1-minute sub like Matus Gamrot did, but he came in and dominated the fight. He outstruck Moises 148-18.
You know, he showed some stand up, which was pretty good, pretty impressive. He did get taken down, you know, and he was being controlled on the fence. Actually, I don't know why you would put him on the fence or try to get in that dirty boxing with him, especially that guy.
Right.
But man, he looks like he's somebody. I mean, he said it himself. Everybody's ducking him.
Yeah.
Like, nobody in the top wants a piece of that guy.
Yeah.
Nobody wants him.
He's a bad matchup, man. It's a bad matchup for a lot of these guys who like to stand and strike, you know. So yeah, I'm interested to see what he does, where he goes from here. Moises, he's no slouch, man. He came into the fight. He had a 3-fight win streak. He had a win over Michael Johnson, Bobby Green, and Alexander Hernandez. Alexander Hernandez is a tough young hungry dude, you know, and
that was a good fight.
Yeah, we watched that together, and Moises beat him pretty handily. That was the one where afterward Hernandez raised his hand like he knew he won, and was so surprised when the decision
Dude was gassed out after 1 round.
Yeah, but Makhachev, he improved his win streak to 8, so that's now 8 wins in a row. He is now the number 5 lightweight in the world. So who would you guys like to see him fight next? Because he hasn't fought a legit top 10 guy.
He caught our RDA.
He did.
That would be a good fight for him.
It would be really good.
And
What's his rank, RDA?
I think RDA is 6 or 7.
That's a good question. I want to say RDA is at the back end of the top 10. Because he just barely moved back down to the lightweight. He barely moved back down to lightweight. He was fighting welterweight for a while. Let me see.
Yeah, he also caught on Michael Chandler too in the post interview.
Dos Anjos
But that was in the
7.
back.
So Makhachev 5, Dos Anjos 7.
If I was Chandler, I don't know. Chandler
Hooker
might be
too,
too
though.
little.
Too little for that guy.
Yeah, he might be too little.
This guy's big. He's a big guy.
He's
He
a
could be
big dude.
welterweight.
He's thick. I was looking downstairs watching it in the fight lab, and I was like, "This boy's thick, man."
He calls out Tony Ferguson too.
He also caught
I don't
out
know why everyone
Dan.
wants to beat up Tony Ferguson.
He caught out Dan
He's on
Hooker.
the way out, man. It's
He's
a
old,
name.
man.
I forgot
Leave the guy alone.
he had a Twitter feud with Dan Hooker too.
Yeah, Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker says, so this guy doesn't want to fight me because I've lost 3 of my last 6 fights. Yet he calls out Tony Ferguson in the same sentence, who's lost 3 fights in a row. So that makes as much sense as shitting.
Well, I mean,
You know what? I'll do it like this.
I mean, his Tony Ferguson logic on why he called it out made sense. though. He did say he was gonna. Since they called him Khabib Jr., he was gonna fight.
Well,
Ferguson.
yeah, if you think about it, everybody knows that Tony Ferguson is. Who the fuck's Dan Hooker?
Exactly.
You
That's
know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a way better name put on your list.
Yep.
Yep, it is.
Yep.
It is. People are gonna see that.
When you see a list and you see him defeating Hooker and then Ferguson, I mean, it's gonna stick out Ferguson.
Yeah.
No one's gonna say, "Oh, he beat Hooker. He's great."
And as much as I love Tony, I feel like he retires him, man.
Yeah.
Islam, I feel like
Yeah,
he
man.
retires.
That's why I want to see Tony go out. I want to see him fight And it hurts for me to talk about Tony Ferguson because I was such a big fan of his, man. He won 12 fights in a row and never fought for the undisputed belt. He fought for the interim belt and won it, but he never got to fight for the undisputed lightweight championship belt. And that sucks, man, because at one time he was clearly the best lightweight in the world, if not second, because Khabib was always there. But it just sucks, man. It sucks. So since he didn't get to fight for the belt, why not let him wait, let him sit out, and give him Conor McGregor when McGregor comes back? It's a good matchup for McGregor. McGregor can't fight an elite dude right off the bat because he's coming off a serious injury.
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson was that elite guy in the division for so long. Why not match them up? It'll be a fun fight. Tony's gonna stand and trade with him.
I think Tony needs to change his training camp.
He does.
He just trains by himself, doesn't he?
He changes his training camp every fight.
Yeah.
He likes to steal things a lot.
He likes to do weird shit. Someone do a bunch of flips or some shit.
Y'all seen that video of him kicking a steel fucking pipe?
Yeah, the steel
over
pipe.
and over.
Hey, we should match him with Diego Sanchez's old trainer.
Oh yeah.
Damn. Imagine that train wreck, bro.
They'll just try to see who has a better workout.
Tony Ferguson's gonna get an OnlyFans.
I'm gonna be toxic and make this shit happen, bro.
But yeah, guys. So let's see what happens with Islam. Hopefully, we get
Who's y'all's favorite matchup for him to go up against?
Islam.
Yeah.
I think RDA makes the most sense right now. Like with their rankings as of right now. I think I said RDA 7 and he's 5, but he's never fought anyone in the top 10, so I don't think he should care too much if he fights two slots.
I would
back.
also like that, or Michael Chandler too, just because Michael Chandler is just losing the title. So if he wants to stay in that picture, fighting a guy like Islam could keep him in that picture too.
Yeah, that works, man.
I like the Michael Chandler fight. I think he's probably just too little, but it's a good fight.
If Gaethje versus Chandler doesn't happen, which it looks like it ain't gonna happen, then yeah, I'll be cool with that.
Or Gaethje
versus Islam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That would be fun. There's so many fun matches.
Yeah.
People forget about Beneil Dariush, who's ranked number 3, just beat up Tony Ferguson.
I think that division is the most stacked in the UFC.
I think it's the second. I think bantamweight is the most stacked in the UFC. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
Bantamweight is
these smaller weight classes. They're so exciting. They're just fast paced, and they showcase everything from stand up to ground game.
Yep.
So much fun.
One guy that was just born a little too soon, fought out of his and wasn't able to fight at his natural weight class for so long, was Frankie Edgar, man. I feel like if you got to be around, like, and go through his prime today, obviously bantamweight is stacked, but the dude was so good he won a title at 155, and he's fighting at 135
AJ
now.
twice. He beat him twice.
He had to fight against bigger dudes his whole career. But yeah, man, lighter weights, I love them. They're my favorite weight classes to watch. But yeah, man, that's all the that's the review for UFC Vegas 31. Let's get into some boxing reviews with Steve.
All right, guys, this was for undisputed, all 4 belts, the WBC, IBF, WBA. Jamel Charlo versus Brian Castano. Did I say it right? Castano?
Yeah.
Castano.
Man, I told you guys last show. You're going to be surprised with him. And I was right, man. This guy, can you give me a coin?
Yeah, I got
he's
it.
tough. Yeah, he's...
Man, I told you this is a fight not to miss. Wasn't going to be a highlight reel for Charlo. Man, it was a great fight, and with some controversy. We'll get on that in a minute.
Yeah, I'm an MMA guy. I mean, obviously I'm a combat sports guy, but real quick, I found myself watching this fight and being, it was such a good fight that I was watching this over the MMA card. I didn't get to watch all the Miesha Tate. I had to go back and watch Miesha Tate's fight because this fight was so good.
This fight was great. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we were scoring it round by round in the chat.
You see this?
The third round where Castano hurts Charlo and he buckles.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Like, so that one. What was the one judge's scorecard? 117 to 111.
Yes.
Yeah, that judge should be banned.
Definitely.
Should lose his job for real.
Definitely.
Yeah. Or absolutely no way.
Check his account. Check his wife's account. See what happened. Because, man, there was no way. Maybe he didn't know who Charlo was. Which one was Charlo?
Yeah, like Steve said, maybe he thought Castano was Charlo.
Charlo sounds like a Mexican-ass name, too.
Yeah, so he probably didn't know. He probably didn't know who was who.
He's like, Charlo sounds more Mexican than fuck Castellano.
They probably got some guy off the river walk. They're like, hey man, could you see how many fingers I'm holding?
Oh yeah, this fight was here, right?
Yeah.
San Antonio, I totally forgot. And look at the crowd, man. Dana White, bro. I added him on Twitter, and it didn't show out on my feed. I guess he doesn't let people.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I told him, look at this crowd, bro. And he's selling this place out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you go back and check out the two UFC cards that were in San Antonio and watch the prelims, you hear Joe Rogan constantly comment about how many people are here just for the prelim fight. He goes, this place is almost packed. It's already full.
And that's with him giving us shitty cards, bro.
Yep,
Give us
and-
a fucking pay-per-view card, Dana White.
Yep, yeah, for real, because it's horseshit.
Yeah, it's a fight city, man. Look at this. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, Charlo's not even a big name to be getting this kind of a turnout, man. I think San Antonio just loves fights, man.
Yeah, we do, man.
We just love sports here, you know.
Yeah, when the Saints would come play here.
Yeah, they would pack it out too. Yeah.
Back to the house.
Yep.
I gave Castano the first round. I gave Charlo the second. Then I gave 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 and 9 to Castano all in a row.
Yep.
And I gave Charlo 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah.
I mean,
Charlo came on. He got going towards the end of the fight. He started to his offense. He started to get his offense going. Started to look more comfortable. He just looked to me like he got more aggressive,
Yeah.
man. Like
once he hurt him,
Yeah.
I think in that 10th round, he hurt him. He smelled blood and he tried to finish him because he was so down in the cards.
Another thing, yeah, that I was
He
going to
should've
mention
been so
that
down
his
in the
corner was pretty honest with him. They're like, hey, you need to knock this guy out. You know, they started telling. He said that the first time his trainer told him that was in the 9th round, and so like from the 9th on is when probably in his head he's like, I'm about to fucking lose. You know, I got to get my shit together, and you can tell he made adjustments, and I think they were mostly mental, dude. Like he started letting him go, and he looked much better, but I didn't think it was enough. I thought that Castano clearly won the fight. I think 117, 111 is absurd. I don't think there's absolutely no way you can get there. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. That was crazy to me.
That's wild. I think the only judge that had Castellano winning, he gave Castellano the 10th round 10-8. But other than that, I think he only had 3 or 4 rounds for Charlo. The rest was, but I mean, he scored almost what should have been, right? The other guy, 17-11 or whatever it was.
Yeah, 117,
117,
that's crazy, man.
Goodness, that's robbery.
It's awful. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope there's an investigation opened in on that judge, man.
Yeah, that's
Should be,
ridiculous.
for sure.
They need to make a rematch, right? I mean, they have to.
They can't.
No, they don't have to.
They don't have to.
No way. No. If there's
And-
no rematch clause, no one has
Yeah,
to.
that means Charlo ain't getting.
He doesn't want to, man.
Nah,
but-
they asked him. He's like,
and talk to my manager.
Yeah,
Talk to Al Heyman. Who? My manager, Al Heyman. Thank you, San Antonio. Start talking to the crowd and shit.
Isn't Heyman a personality in the WWE, right? He's like a WWE man.
Al Heyman?
Yeah.
No, he's a godfather.
No, I'm
He's-
saying there's a Heyman too in the WWE right now.
Oh, I have
It's
no
a
idea.
manager for Brock Lesnar, I think.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about Paul Heyman.
He's a ghost, bro. Oh. Al Heyman is the ghost, bro. It's the Illuminati of boxing, bro. You don't even see his face.
He's the one who paid that judge. That's what he did.
Maybe, man.
Charles was like, why am I missing $1 million on my check? Went to that judge. That's right.
Don't worry about it. Just be happy you got your belts.
Be happy you got a draw.
Yeah, exactly. Be happy you didn't lose your belt.
Yep. So, like I said earlier in the fight news, we might see Castano versus Tim Tszyu. And then Jamal Charlo might fight his IBF mandatory too to get out of that. It's another tough fight, but winnable. But not like Castano.
Yeah.
Man, he's good, man.
Yeah, it was a great fight.
All right, let's get into some fight previews. I'm going to mention real quick on Friday, just because it's the Showtime's 20th anniversary of their Showbox, the new generation. It's a platform to showcase the up-and-coming boxers, and they're picking it back up in the super middleweight division with Calvin Hot Sauce Henderson versus Z-Wop Isaiah Stein. There's not much about these guys. I try to look it up, but like I said, I'm just mentioning it because it's 20-year anniversary of Showbox, and it's still cool to give a platform to these green and these up and comer fighters to fight on Showtime. So it's still pretty cool.
Prospector.
All right, next up, British heavyweights, Joe Joyce versus the seasoned veteran Carlos Takam. Joe Joyce, 12 wins, 0 losses, 11 knockouts. He's ranked number 2 in the WBO, ranked number 6 in the WBC, and ranked number 10 in the IBF. So he's making waves all across the sanctioning bodies. He's coming off arguably his best performance over Daniel Triple D Dubois. He has a really good stiff jab, as you could probably tell in these highlights as soon as it starts. He gave Dubois a bad injury, similar to Billy Joe Saunders.
Right.
And he pretty much just almost jabbed his eyeball out. I think this is the fight right here. And you'll see that stiff jab. It is nasty. And I think his game plan going into the Takam fight is going to be similar to the Triple D fight and jab his fucking eyeball out of the socket, man.
Right.
And I think he's going to get a stoppage over Carlos Takam. And Takam, on the other hand, he's 39 wins, 5 losses with 1 draw with 28 KOs. He's tough. It took Anthony Joshua 10 rounds. He probably could have continued on and finished the decision. He's a tricky dude, good head movement, and he also has a good jab, and he's a decent mover, so don't let his size fool you.
I was going to say, dude, he looks big.
Yeah, and
dude.
He's always looking for the counter, Carlos Takam.
Man,
So, yeah, man, that jab is sick.
That was like
Carlos
instant
Takam is good too, man. So that's gonna be like a British fight. So it's probably gonna be 2:00 our time on Saturday.
Oh, nice. That looks
So-
good, man.
We get to watch this, and later on we get to watch UFC on ESPN 27, baby. I'm gonna kick it over.
Barbecue or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick it over to Jeff to hype us up for that, man.
Yeah, we got the number 2 bantamweight in the world, Corey Sandhagen, welcoming back TJ Dillashaw from his 2-year suspension for cheating. He admitted to cheating. It wasn't steroids, it was EPO. But he did admit to it. That he admitted to taking the EPO to aid him in his cut down to 125 when he went down to fight Henry Cejudo for the flyweight belt. If you haven't seen, I don't think it's a documentary, like a full-on documentary, but it is like a little series where you get to see TJ and how brutal that cut was for him. Down to 125, he looked awful. I'm sure you guys seen pictures of him, right?
Yeah, he looked like what's his name, Christian Bale in that one movie.
Yeah. It was
The Machinist,
bad.
is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
I know, last week we talked about fighters that looked awful on the scale. We mentioned Conor McGregor. We forgot to mention TJ. TJ might have looked worse than McGregor did when McGregor used to drop to 45. We all know he was 2-year suspension, but he is back fighting Corey Sandhagen, who is he's a beast, man. Corey Sandhagen has some of the coolest knockouts that you'll ever see. That spinning kick he knocked Marlon Moraes out with. Fucking almost killed Frankie Edgar with that flying knee.
Yeah. That's
Look
what
at
I
that.
have.
Oh my god, Frankie Edgar. In case y'all don't know, that's my favorite fighter ever. And he put him to sleep nasty. But
That's where I have him winning. I have him winning by flying knee.
oh yeah,
I think he's gonna catch him.
he might. He's tall. He's a really tall, lanky dude. For 135, he's a big dude. But yeah, that's the main event.
Yeah. Do you think TJ's the same fighter without the EPO?
That's a good question.
He's gonna be on something else.
Cody Garbrandt actually called him out and said that he was on that shit for a lot longer than just the Cejudo fight. Cody Garbrandt said, he just let everything out. He said, I've seen him do it, because they were teammates or whatever at Team Alpha Male, and he actually had called him out in a press conference, I think a year before TJ got popped for EPO. Garbrandt was accusing him of using EPO, and then it comes out a year later, TJ pops positive for EPO.
Yeah, they're training partners, man. They know each other's.
Hell yeah,
secrets,
dude!
man.
The dude freaking hangs out with Dan Bilzerian all the time. Fucking probably giving them that shit.
Yeah, man. I think TJ has the grappling advantage. TJ has great footwork, switching stances. Throws a lot of feints and level changes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, TJ's a hard guy for his opponents to read, man. And
Yeah, he has good movement.
And Corey Sandhagen, on the other hand, like you said, Jeff, he's on that 2-fight win streak. The wheel kick knockout and then the flying knee of Frankie Edgar. He's tall, long, nasty calf kicks, sneaky front kicks. He mixes up body shots, combos. Oh, he mixes them very well. He's explosive. He has really good flying knees, man. They just come out of nowhere.
Yeah. TJ's been around for a while. Every time I saw him fight, and when he first started, he looked pretty good.
He was on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
and I saw that. That was like one of the last ones I think I saw. But yeah, he was on there, and I mean, he has talent, he has movement, everything. But his early career, it looked like he just kept on the game when he lost. It's just weird how he just from seeing that to where he's at now makes you wonder. At the same time, if it was that stuff or
if it was him, yeah, or if he's naturally that good. Yeah, I mean, people are also not realizing because the guy looks so young, but he really isn't. He's 35 years old, which is not young, especially for the lighter weight classes. When you fight in the heavier weight classes, I feel like the older you can fight till you're a little older than the smaller weight classes, because speed in the smaller weight classes is what kills, to be fast. And I don't know, man. I don't know if he's gonna be the same. And then, minus the EPO, who knows? What if he'd been using the EPO the whole time? So now he's 35 off EPO. I don't know, man. But yeah, before the suspension, TJ Dillashaw was one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. He can do it all, man. He's got the cardio, he's got the wrestling, he's got the striking. He mixes it up well. There's nothing in the octagon or there's nothing in his game that you can look at and say like, okay, I'm gonna attack this part of his game, because he's just so good everywhere. Yeah, I actually picked him to beat Henry Cejudo. That's how good he is, and I got a lot of respect for Cejudo. I think he's about the same. He's really good everywhere. But I'm gonna have to go ahead and pick Sandhagen. I think that TJ is just like everybody else. Once you hit a certain age, and I'm gonna go ahead and say the age combined with him being off the EPO and also fighting a prime Corey Sandhagen, who is also very good everywhere.
Yeah, he's big. He's tall.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Corey Sandhagen in this one. That's my pick, Corey Sandhagen. I was hoping you wouldn't ask that. It's tough for me to pick, dude. But I'm going to go Corey Sandhagen by knockout.
I would do too. I think I would pick
That's where I have it too.
Yeah. I have Sandhagen by first round knockout.
Yeah. Dillashaw.
I think he's going to catch him fast and quick.
I think Dillashaw might take a nap.
Yeah, he might, man. But yeah, it sucks saying that, and it sucks, because TJ Dillashaw was just, like I said, man, he's just so good. That's what made him so fun to watch, is that you don't know what he's gonna do, because he can do it all.
Yeah, I'll take it everywhere.
Yeah, but so I guess we're all in agreement. Corey Sandhagen by knockout.
Yep.
I know we haven't talked about any of them, but there are actually more fights on this card.
Yeah.
We got the co-main event is Aspen Ladd versus Macy Chiasson. And then we got Kyler Phillips also on the card fighting Rulian Paiva. Darren Elkins versus Derek Minner, which will be a good fight. They're going to throw down. Darren Elkins is always in a scrap, man. And then Macy Barber, Randa Maverick, Mickey Gall versus Jordan Williams. Yeah, good card, man. A fight that is flying under the radar because it's so low on the card is Randy Costa versus Adrian Yanez. Adrian Yanez is a good prospect. He's an up and comer, but he's from Houston, Texas. So I will be tuning in early to catch his fight. You guys should do the same, man. I got Adrian Yanez winning by knockout. Yeah, that's this Saturday.
I'm excited to see Kyler Phillips.
Yeah, he's a prospect too, man.
Yeah, yep. He's huge, man. He's really good at mixing it up with takedowns and strikes, throwing combos, shooting takedowns. He's really explosive, man.
Yep, he's a number 14 bantamweight in the world right now, as of right now.
Yeah, I think he's gonna smash. What's his name? Paravia or whatever.
Yeah,
Paiva. Yeah, he's moving up in weight too, and he's on 3 weeks' notice. I think he's gonna get smashed.
Oh yeah, that's not good for him. A lot of people are very high on Kyler Phillips, man. But like I said, I think bantamweight is the deepest division in the UFC. So it'll be interesting to see him if he does get past Paiva. It'll be interesting how quickly they decide to push him up the ranks.
Do you have picks for the main card? Does everybody have picks?
Yeah, I give my picks. I can give my picks right now. I got you want me to give you all 5 of them?
We could go down the line, everybody, or whatever.
Okay, all right, let's go. Who do you guys got? Mickey Gall or Jordan Williams?
Make it go.
I got Williams.
I got Williams as well.
I guess I'm with Luis on this one. Make
Gall?
I like
Okay.
make it go, man.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next one. We got Macy Barber versus Miranda Maverick. I'm going to go ahead and go with Barber. I think she gets back on track on this one. Macy Barber.
I'm going with Maverick via unanimous decision. I think she keeps it long with the jabs. She has a long, straight left hand. She's good at controlling the fights with takedowns and mixing it up. And I think she's physically strong for that weight class.
Nice. DJ?
I like Barber. Just because I think she's going to get back on her winning streak.
Yeah.
Get back in it.
I got Maverick right now in decision, but I could easily change that anytime soon.
Yeah, guys, I'm not going to lie. I end up changing my picks, midweek. I really start to do research more. And, I don't know about you guys, but especially for the big fights, sometimes watching Embedded, I change my mind when I see, the fighters, there's
The way they carry
the way they carry themselves,
throughout the
their
week,
state of mind throughout the week, just seeing how they're acting, how the way that their body language, a lot of it, dude, it can change my picks. So.
I think if it turns into a brawl, it'll favor Barber more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're right. She was 8-0, but she lost 2 fights, right?
Yeah, she
lost her last 2 fights.
The last one was to I can't believe I'm just
Yeah, I don't know her name.
blanking her name right now, but that Mexican.
Oh,
fighter.
Grasso.
Alexa Grasso.
Yeah,
Alexa Grasso.
She got her fucking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Eso.
Someone needs to teach.
Yeah, Grasso, man, I love her strike.
I need to make that sound clip. They need to teach Barbara some head movement because she was getting popped. She was like Chris Matino, bro.
She's got a good size.
Grasso's boxing.
It'd be hard to move that thing around.
Yeah, but Barbara does have really good hooks, and
she's got power for sure.
yeah, she has really good power, and she's really good in the clinch. Really good in the clinch.
She kind of reminds me of like a John Lineker type, fighter. Not too much. I mean, she's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to say she's got only power, but we'll see. I do think she gets back in the win column. Let's move on to the next one. Darren Elkins versus Derek Minner. Now I'm gonna go with Derek Minner in this one by decision.
Yeah, I'm also going with same thing, Minner by decision as well.
I got him by submission. I think his ground game is real good, and I think he's just gonna take him down, hold him down the whole fight. Hopefully, get a submission in.
That's good. It's a good prediction. Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
See that.
I think we all got that same guy.
All right, cool. Next one, Kyler Phillips versus Rulian Paiva, and I'm going with Phillips by knockout.
Yeah, first round KO for me.
I don't know, whatever. Demolished.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
All right, so we all got the same one on that one. Let's go to
Aspen Lad.
the next fight is
That's the co-main event, the Aspen Lad.
yeah, that's what I was looking at right now.
Macy
I
Chaston.
guess because I think this is might be for a title shot or closer to a step to a title shot because these are both pretty highly ranked girls, right?
Yeah, well,
top 10.
Aspen Ladd. The fight is Aspen Ladd versus Macy Chason.
One of them's number 5, right?
Aspen Ladd is number 3.
Okay.
And then you got Macy, who's number 10.
Okay.
So yeah, the only girl ranked ahead of Ladd in the bantamweight division is Holly Holm and Jermaine Durandamy. I think Aspen Ladd actually lost to Durandamy. She got
Yeah,
knocked out.
quick ass knockout. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got Ladd in this one. I think she'll win by decision.
I have Ladd as well, man. I think she's strong for the weight class as well, and she has good cage work, and I think she's gonna win by second round ground and pound.
Oh, that's funny because that's what I picked. Second
decision.
round, ground pound.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, man. She's a good fighter, bro, for sure. Yeah. So and then we already gave all of our picks for the main event. We all got Sandhagen by knockout, right?
Yeah.
It's a fun card, man. It's free one, another free one. But as you can see, last week's free card, out of the 10 fights, 8 were finishes. All 5 on the main card were
And they were exciting
stoppages.
too. So
Exciting
it
fights.
wasn't like the guys that got finished was getting destroyed the whole way, other than Stevenson.
I think we need to fire up the barbecue pit on Saturday
Yeah, I'll be down.
to watch
I'm down.
the Takam and Joyce early, and then
Do some cornhole before UFC.
to make
let's
Luis
do it.
feel better. He's been having a hard week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, I have a whole pack of Angus beef burgers ready for the grill, man. 20.
I thought he was gonna say
So-
something else. I was like, yeah, that'll help me.
Yeah, buddy.
You know, see where you're
Smoke
headed.
that.
All right, dude. Actually, I don't know if guys, community, let me know. But should I continue the drug and blow jokes? Because apparently I have to sign a couple of like conflict of interest at work, and they can check the show out, and you know. So I'm like, I don't really do all. Well. Yeah. Never mind.
Nah, you're good.
We're gonna go back and edit this out.
That's all we have for the fight reviews. I can't wait. Hopefully we do fire up that grill. But right now we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. Alright guys, and we're back. And I'm gonna kick it off to Luis for some NFL news.
Yes, we're starting our NFL portion of the show, and I guess the most notable news coming out will be Aaron Rodgers turning down an extension worth, I forgot how much it worth, but it was going to make him the highest paid player in the NFL, right?
Awesome. Yep. I like it.
I do too. Like I told you on the group chat, they were trying to pull the same shit they did to Brett Favre to him. So kudos to him, you know. I hope he plays out his last year with us. At least try to get something and then see what happens in the free
agency. You know what I like about it? I like the desperateness of Green Bay. They're sweating. They want. There's something about those quarterbacks they got they don't like. Because why would you try to convince someone to give them an extension with more money? And then after all offseason, they've been talking about sitting out. It doesn't sound right.
No.
Like they're desperate. They're afraid. I mean, who's their best quarterback they got now?
Jordan Love. If Aaron Rodgers don't play.
Who's the other guy? The guy from Jacksonville, right?
Oh yeah, Blake Bortles.
Yeah, I mean
Blake Bortles.
Yeah,
he's Mexican food. Hey, Bortles.
But yeah, I mean, he did win a couple playoff games. You know,
one.
Oh, that's when the Jags had like the best defense in the league.
Yeah, they were pretty scary.
Ramsey.
And I guess the other news and the most heartbreaking ones fantasy wise is Cam Akers tearing his Achilles and declared out for the year.
Already, man.
That there was so much hype. Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
So much hype.
So much hype going in, especially the way he finished last year. So dominant.
I think he would have definitely been in our top 10 that we're going to get later on.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
Yeah, it sucks, man, because that's just one less running back for us to fight over.
Yeah, no, I think y'all two were talking about him, like Jeff and Luis. They were talking high about him.
Oh yeah, I
think y'all were excited about.
When we did the
Luis
mock,
was really high on
when we did the mock draft, I was totally okay with him being my number one running back. That's who I drafted because I had the strategy. I was late, and I started with Travis Kelce and then Cam Akers on the turnaround.
And he tore his what? His Achilles.
His Achilles.
Yeah.
Man,
that's a tough one.
That's a tough one to come back from. Marlon Mack is just coming back from that last year. So we'll see how he looks, but they say that's one of the worst injuries to come back from.
Yeah, because it's so. That position is so explosive.
Well, yeah, it takes away all your explosiveness, man.
Yep.
Yeah, so we wish him the best recovery. And what do you think the Rams are gonna do now? Because I know they don't have Brown anymore. I think they only have Henderson, right?
Yeah, they have Henderson. I think they should just go with Henderson, man. Like, I don't think he was bad. I mean, he wasn't as good as Akers, but I think he'll be all right. You know,
they should just sit out the rest of the year.
They might. I've been hearing they might draft Gurley. They might sign Todd Gurley. Adrian Peterson, his name has come up. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Father time. I got still running.
If they do, Jeff, like let's say they do get Gurley or Henderson to clear the clean number one guy, what kind of draft position do you see that guy going in? Do you still see him going pretty high, like the number one running back for the Rams being as valuable?
I don't think he'll go as high because there's still always that possibility that they're going to sign a veteran running back, 2 or 3 games into the season. And I'm not comfortable using a high pick like that. I think if you're going to draft, if they declare Henderson the number one running back, right, you're going to have to draft him in the, second or third round. Mm-hmm. If he's declared RB1, you're thinking, okay, he's going to get RB1 workload, the workload that Akers was going to get, and you're going to pay a good price for that. I'm not comfortable paying that price because of the possibility of them signing a running back like Gurley or like AP, something like that,
Yeah.
So I'll just be careful if you're thinking about drafting Henderson. If you're getting him late, then hey, I think there's potential there. You know, you can get some return there, but I don't know about early second, third, even fourth round. That's
Shoot,
too high.
for me, this injury kind of gives more hope for Higbee. I feel like Tyler Higbee might get more volume and more targets with the dump offs.
Yeah, I can see that, man. I already liked Higbee, and I guess after this, I like him even more. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but all right then. Today we're gonna start with our top 10 list, and today we're doing our top 10 running backs. We do have our own separate individual list, but we decided to do a TDF podcast official top 10. So we're gonna break down the picks one by one, just talk about their what was best for them ahead of coming to the season and what's their weaknesses. And I guess we'll start off the list, starting with number 10. And this was a pretty hard debate, just because I know people don't like him in this room. But
I lost on the votes on this one. So just because everybody should know that by now. But let's go for it.
We're starting with my boy Joe Mixon.
He made it.
Like I said, we're dying by the sword here. We're dying by the sword. This is probably the last chance, the last year I'm giving him. And I mean, let's just talk about Joe Mixon. I mean, what do y'all like coming into this season about him?
I was not high on Mixon, a few episodes ago, but the more I look at his situation, and the more I look at just, he's a talented running back, man. You can't take that away from him. The offensive line there isn't very good. We all know that. But they do have Joe Burrow. I'm assuming he's going to be healthy. And, now they have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. I think that their offense is going to be good, man. Joe Mixon, he's a super talented running back. He can catch the ball. Now he doesn't have Giovanni Bernard there to take touches from him and take passing down work from him. So I like his ceiling, man. Him being a talented guy, then being in a good offense. I like him. I like him here. I like him at the 10th spot, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he finished even higher. We'll see.
I mean,
and 10 seems
here.
like a really good spot.
For me, ceiling for Mixon is top 5. I like him. Before he got injured, he was on track to being the player who touched the ball the most by a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can try to be a Mixon fan right now, so let's give this a shot.
He had no choice, man.
Let's give this a shot.
Didn't.
From what I've seen, his game style and his gameplay, he has all the potential to be definitely a top 10. He's maybe top 5 with his quarterback if he makes a full season. And he's healthy, and he's the quarterback that people always talked about, coming into the league. And with the receivers that they got, maybe they'll change up some game plan. I could see them using him at more passing than rushing, and which would be good because he gets that ball in the open field. Sky's the limit. He'll take it down.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best talents in the running back position, man. I think just isolating just the talent portion, he's good, man. He's a freak of nature. Man, if you put him behind the Colts, offensive line or something like that, Jesus Christ. Yep. And plus, we don't have Giovanni Bernard taking all those annoying touchdowns and carries from him this year. So
exactly.
That's why that's why especially me and Luis, we're high on Joe Mixon this year.
Yep, and when teams start to
last year,
when Jamar Chase gets that ball in the open field and T. Higgins is doing the same thing, the defenses are going to realize that these receivers are a problem on the outside.
They won't have to stay
the back safeties are going to be backing up.
That's going to open shit up for Mixon.
Linebackers are going to be playing.
Yeah, man, it could be a really good situation.
I think it's Cincinnati's going to be a fun team to play with on Madden.
Definitely.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Definitely a fun team to play with.
The only thing that I hate about putting so much on Joe Mixon relying is the fact that he plays the Steelers and the Ravens twice.
Yeah,
that is the one thing that scares me the most about him in the season, because I mean those two are one of the best defenses, but other than that, I feel like they're gonna be down behind games and he's gonna be the catching back and the goal line back. So I feel like he has a lot of optimism, man.
Yep.
Let's go on our number 9 pick, and that is Austin Eckler.
Yep.
I'm really high on Austin Eckler, man. I guess I'll start talking about him. He's last year he was just overall he's just one of my favorite players, man. He's just involved in the offense a lot. Catches the ball so much. I think he was hurt for like I want to say six. How many games was it? Six games.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 games, and he still had 65 targets. I think that's good for 8th in the league, and he was out for 6 games. Like, that should tell you just how many times this guy is targeted.
Yeah.
In that offense over there. But yeah, I like Justin Herbert. So yeah, I expect big things from Eckler. Of course, we're assuming these guys are going to stay healthy, and if we get a full season from Austin Eckler, he has top 5 potential.
Yeah.
Just because of how much he touches the ball.
Oh yeah, Justin Herbert did one thing rookies don't usually do, and that is target the F out of their best players.
Yeah.
And that's what made him good. He targeted Keenan Allen a bunch. Austin Eckler when he came back.
Kind of makes me wonder, if they punctured that lung on purpose,
I bet you that doctor's still working there.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he got a bonus.
Shoot. But yeah, no, I like him coming in. Their offensive line improved a lot too. And I want to say they have like a pretty favorable schedule when it comes to against running backs.
Right.
I want to say I saw a stat about that. So yeah. Number 8 we have Jonathan Taylor, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all guys. This is the one I'm the most iffy about. I get it. He's the best running back by far on that team. There's just something about Hines that I really don't like.
Same here, man. He received the 3rd most targets in the league last year. He was only behind Alvin Kamara and J.D. McKissick. So, I know a lot of people are going to be a little bit worried about him. But as far as running the ball, he is, like you said, he's the best running back on that team, and one of the best running backs in the league, man.
He did good for a rookie, you know. He did. He looked
and
good.
The offensive line is great.
Great offensive line there.
It's going to look good.
Do you think Wentz improves, his performance, or do you think it's going to hurt him?
I think so, because that Eagles team, the way they played the game, the way they played the ball, it was weird. I mean, a lot of quarterbacks don't look like they can do good with that type of scheme. And, I mean, it showed. It kept wearing and tearing on him. He couldn't keep it together. He kept getting hurt. Always something with him because he had to move a lot. It's a moving,
exactly,
it's a moving offense. So.
Yeah, one thing I noted about Wentz that happened last year is he tries to force too much stuff. He tries to make stuff happen instead of just doing the easy 10-yard or 6-yard read. No, he likes to go for the 20-yard bombs. But I mean, his rookie year they were just going for him. Or was it his rookie year when they had the Super Bowl run?
No,
when he got hurt next Foles.
That was his 3rd year.
Yeah, I think that was Carson Wentz's best year. And I think the only difference from that year to last year is they weren't falling for him. You know what I mean? I think his play style didn't change. It's just his luck did.
He didn't have much receivers last year. I think they were.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm a little worried about is their receiving court. I mean, they have Michael Pittman, who's a good young receiver.
Yeah, Pascal, I think.
Yeah, Zach Pascal.
And then T.Y. Hilton.
And then they got T.Y. Hilton still.
Which, fun fact, do y'all know T.Y. Hilton's real name?
Oh, we've done this before.
I think I heard you say this before. It's something goofy,
Eugene.
right?
Huh?
Eugene.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing to do with T or Y. It's Eugene Hilton.
It's an old name.
I wouldn't want to be named Eugene. That sounds like an old Jewish man's name.
I think a lot of Jonathan Taylor is gonna rely on Carson Wentz and how good he is.
Yeah, I think the owners of them, they favor him. I saw an interview where he was talking high about Jonathan Taylor, and they were excited about drafting him, and they have high hopes for him. So if that's what the owners feel, I mean, they're gonna stick with their guns.
Yeah, right.
And they're probably gonna expect him to be the long
Chiefs should
haul.
have drafted him.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was the highest coming into that draft on Jonathan Taylor, and I feel like the Chiefs should have took him instead of Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yep.
But that's just mine. All right, we'll go on to our number 7, which is Saquon Barkley. Yeah,
Might be the most talented running back in the league, right?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think all of us were just kind of like not sold on their offense as a whole.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's true.
teams might be able to just single out Saquon and game plan for.
Well, I think it's all on what's his name, Daniel Jones. I mean,
Yeah, man.
if he's willing to deliver some good balls,
Yeah.
It's all on
Saquon's
him.
game
If
would
you
have
can make a connection with
Galladay.
Kenny G, man.
Yeah.
You know, it might.
Yo, they did get help. That's a good point,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yep,
brought up.
they do got some wide
They
receivers.
brought in
They
a
got a
good
receiver.
receiver now, so hopefully
They
that'll
might.
help open things up for him.
A little bit of the
Defense can't
pressure.
just key on him.
Yeah, they also got Evan Ingram, but that dude needs to catch. I think he had the
Yeah.
most drops last year.
Yeah, man. There's always so much hype around him. I mean, I know he's a talented guy when you look at him. You know, he's a talented receiver. Just feel like he never produces the way that we all want him to. You know, especially in the
like he doesn't
fantasy
show up
community.
right.
Yeah, you draft him late. You're like, awesome, dude. I didn't have to draft a tight end, spend a pick on a tight end early, and I got Evan Ingram still late. He's gonna produce for me. I'm gonna be good, and then he fucking sucks. And you're like, I knew it. I shouldn't have given him another chance. But
Gotcha.
yeah, that's happened to me. He's got me
Yeah.
twice, I think.
Do you think he's gonna get a lot of dump offs from Daniel Jones, Saquon?
Yeah, I think he is.
I think the opportunity would be there for that, because I think I can see the Giants being on a lot of third and long, and usually that's where those dump off plays come in, because third and long they're gonna blitz, he just runs out and they usually drop it out to the running back, and you give that guy the ball in the open field, he makes people look silly.
3rd and 20, he's gonna catch the ball and get about 17 yards. They're
Yeah.
gonna punt, but you got your 2 points right there.
You got your catch and yards, so you're good to go.
All right, we'll go on to our number 6 pick, which would be Ezekiel Elliott. And I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on him. They're sleeping on him. They think he's not gonna do as good. But under Dak, man, he was like a top 3 every week that Dak was in. I feel like they're gonna have a lot more goal line opportunities. And for some reason, Dak just loves to target him.
Yeah. I used to like Zeke a lot. I drafted him when he was a rookie in the first round, and he paid off. He's good. He has talent. That line was good.
That's when he was hungry.
Yeah, he was hungry, and that line was so good.
So good, yep.
So watching him run through everybody was fun. But the line's different now.
Yep.
The game, and it depends on that. Like I said, it all where Zeke lands at the end of this year. It depends on what Dak could do if he's back.
Do you think? Do you believe they're gonna be another high scoring offense this year again?
I do. I like this team's offense a lot. I think it's one of the best in the league. I think it's top 3 easily. They just have so many weapons everywhere. I think a lot of this will depend on the defense on the other side of the ball. Like if our defense is better this year, it might be bad, for the offense, for like Zeke's. I'm sorry, I guess not Zeke's. It would be bad for our receivers.
The receivers, yeah.
Yeah, if our defense was.
I think
better,
if the defense is good, Dak
it'd be better for Zeke.
would get more. Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as like just his situation and Ezekiel Elliott, I think he's in a great fantasy situation. The offense is great in Dallas. Just the last couple of years, he hasn't looked hungry to me though. Like that's part of his game that I see the biggest difference in is that he just doesn't run the ball as hard as he used to. Ever since he got paid, he's just not the same player. He doesn't run the ball as hard. He just he doesn't look like he wants it. Tony Pollard, when he gets the ball in his hands now, he looks like a guy that wants it, and you know why? It's because he hasn't been paid yet. Yeah. So he wants to get paid. So he has something he's working for. He has a goal. And I feel like Zeke don't have that in him anymore.
Yeah, and I think a big difference too would be the head coaching. From when Zeke was producing real good, it was a different coach scheme, different coach.
Yep.
This one he's not known for his teams running the ball, right? I mean, he
True.
was a Green Bay coach, and
True.
they just threw the ball all the time. They never had a running back.
Yep.
Yeah, we
They had
had lazy.
Yeah, Fat Boy Lacy. Yeah, he did good. His rookie year, and that was it. After that, he blew up.
Yeah.
Literally.
One thing I do want to say about that, Jeff, you are right. He doesn't look hungry. But one thing I want to point out is that Zeke did hold out most of the offseason. And most of the training camp, and I think that's what hurt him a lot too. He looked like his body wasn't ready. He looked sluggish.
Yeah.
But I think this season, I've been seeing a couple workout videos of him, and he looks like he's taking it serious.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
He does look explosive.
Okay so far. Yeah.
So I feel like that's gonna be a big difference coming in. I feel like he's gonna look better this year. He's gonna impress some people.
Yeah, dude. I think if Dak stays healthy all year, our line can stay healthy. I think he has potential to be top 3 because I think that he's that good and the offense is that good. There's no way that defenses can stack the box now with our receivers, now with Dak under center. We'll. That's gonna just open things up for Zeke. Make things a lot easier.
Oh yeah, I feel like we're taking a lot of shots next year.
Yeah, too many shots.
Yeah, and number 5 we got Nick Chubb, and for me the biggest thing that I didn't want to put him this high for was because of Kareem Hunt. But I mean, DJ and Steve did both talk me into it.
Yeah, me too. I was outvoted on this one.
And I mean, he does have, in my opinion, the best offensive line in front of him. And like I think I told DJ a stat too that Nick Chubb was like top 3, top 5 in yards with missing 4 games.
Yeah. Top 4
I think
games.
he's a top 3 talent as far as with the ball in his hands, like how we were talking about Saquon a little while ago. I think I see Chubb when he's just a gifted runner, man, and even though Hunt's there, I still think that Chubb is the better back. I think that he's gonna get. And they even started targeting him last year.
I was about to say he can catch too.
Yeah, and he was producing. So I think this year he'll see an increase even in his targets, and he already dominates the rushing attempts, and I think that will continue. But also add in the increase in targets. I think Nick Chubb's gonna be a top 5 back this year.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of running backs that can drag people into the end zone. I love watching that, and he's one of those old school running backs that just goes down the middle, goes hard, and I see him doing good. Like I said, like Luis was saying that he missed a few games, and yet he still ended up pretty high up on the list in yards. He's not going to get the catches, but he might get more catching opportunity now. So let's see how this goes. I mean, I like him where he's at. Over Kareem Hunt for sure.
Oh yeah, the only thing that scares me is the Browns being in a lot of shootouts, and I did notice where Hunt played most of those.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's where Hunt was still producing.
Exactly, which is crazy. They were both. But I mean, I guess it's not that crazy because no receiver from the Browns were producing, so that's where they got their production from.
Yeah,
that's true.
But I don't know. I feel like Odell too. He demands so many targets too. I don't know. I'm iffy about this one, but I feel like Chubb's gonna do pretty good. And I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll have a lot of goal line. I think touchdowns will be the difference for Chubb this year.
Yeah.
We got number 4. We got Derrick Henry. And
the king.
Exactly. There's not that much to say that people haven't said. 2,000 yards back-to-back years.
He's a beast, man.
Monster.
Is that Chris Johnson?
Well, dude,
Is he taller? He looks taller.
For some reason too, he gets better in the second half of the season too.
Yeah, he's one of those that you want at the end.
Yeah, I was low on him last year, but he's a beast, man. Coming into the season, I was low on him last year.
Yeah, I always liked him his rookie year.
I definitely regret it.
I liked him his rookie year and on. I mean, every year he produced. His rookie year, he played half the season because most of the other
Marco Murray,
yeah. And then he was producing. They were both for producing, but near the end, he picked up steam, and I noticed that. And then the next year after that, same thing. By mid-season, he was picking up steam and doing these 200-yard games was back-to-back. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy stats on that guy.
Yeah, you would think that, since it's PPR, he shouldn't be ranked so high. But last year in PPR scoring, he still finished second.
Yeah.
And he only had 19 receptions. In comparison, Alvin Kamara had 83 receptions. Dalvin Cook, 44. David Montgomery, 54. And Henry only had 19, and he still puts up the numbers.
Puts the yards up. Yep.
Yeah, man, he's a running back that's heavily involved, is on a good team with a good offense, good quarterback.
Yes, people, and now the defenses have to worry about AJ Brown and Julio Jones.
Yep, good point.
Yeah, so it's just
it
gonna
might be
open that
even
range.
more open for the guy.
How many more years of dominance do you give Henry?
He looks like he can do 10 to 12 years, I think. So he's year 3 right now, or year 4? This is gonna be his year 4.
Nah, it's like
I think
year 5.
I think this is year 4 or 5. Or 4.
I think he got like 3-4 more years of dominance.
3-4 more. Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Yeah, because just his style of running, I think, is like the
His
bruising
knees are
type,
gonna
man.
start bruising.
He's a
It's
big
going to
dude.
start accumulating,
Yeah,
taking
his
its wear
knees, I
and
think,
tear.
will start to hurt. His ankles might start to deteriorate over time. Because he is a big old dude running around it ain't all about muscle. It's all about your joints too.
But you look at AP, right? AP's still going out there, right?
True.
And he's still playing. I mean, AP only looks good the first 4 games of the season, but he looks good. Those first 2 games, I kid you not, you play AP, you're going to be guaranteed at least a few touchdowns.
And then what I love about Henry too is the Titans make it very clear that that's their game plan.
He's the
It's
man.
just him. They don't have no notable backups.
He is the man.
There's no handcuff to pick up for Henry.
Guy had so many rushing attempts. He had 378 rushing attempts. Next closest to him was Dalvin Cook with 312. That's 66 more rushing attempts than number 2. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy
The
stat.
guy's
That's a
gonna be a
lot of
beast,
touches.
man.
Well, that
And-
plays 2K, right?
And he plays the Texans twice. That's probably 500 yards in 2 games.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah.
That's facts. Hold on, where's the coin for that one?
For real. I'm sorry, Anthony.
Sorry about that. I gotta give this one to Luis for that one. That was freaking great. That was on.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, let's go to number 3. We got Dalvin Cook. He was amazing last year. They used him in the screen game.
Goal line.
You just hear he was second in attempts behind Henry. This guy can do it all. The biggest question for him is staying healthy. And he managed to do last year. He might have been on the same shit Fuller was on.
That's true.
NFL was shush about that, and I love it. But
He can do it all. He's got the speed. He's got the power. He's got the balance. He's elusive. Just a great back, man.
He's flashy. He's sure is fun to watch.
dude, he
he's good, man.
He has like the craziest cuts for like the speed that he goes, and he does also love to have contact. But man, if you ever see him cut, he has like the smoothest transitions and explosiveness off the cut I've ever seen.
Yeah, I love watching the guy run the ball, man. Just if you got Dalvin Cook, you got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that's
Except
true.
health.
And the only thing I
It's
worry
every
about
running
is the health.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, and then they have to worry about he's paired with 2 good wide receivers as well.
So
Yep.
he got hurt.
And
What?
Jefferson and Thielen.
Good
so-
offense, yeah.
He got hurt
good
2 seasons ago, right?
Yes, he tore his ACL.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's right.
he did.
ACL tear.
Make sure you have Alexander Madison on
Oh
your bench.
yeah. You draft Cook, you need to draft the handcuff.
Yeah, one of the best handcuffs you can have right there.
Well, I don't know. Last year, man, he didn't prove that good.
Yeah, but
Well, Cook
he's
was
still
healthy.
one of the better
It's the
handcuffs.
Atlanta Falcons,
Yeah,
people are.
He didn't. He disappointed, but still one of the better handcuffs you can have, for sure.
All right, at number 2 we have Alvin Kamara, the 54-point game wonder himself.
I didn't. By the way, in
Yeah,
the
he
championship,
single-handedly won you a title if you were in the finals and
He
you had
did.
Kamara in your roster.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, that ring looks nice on you right now. So.
I'm not wearing it.
Yeah.
Should've put it on.
One thing about Kamara, I feel like he's gonna get a lot more targets. I know he wasn't targeted that much when Taysom Hill took over once Drew Brees got injured, but
Now a lot of people were targeted.
exactly. that was my point. They had a whole off season now to work together, and I feel like the way they're gonna get their offensive clicking is by all those little dump offs they do to Kamara, and Kamara just
So Taysom Hill is going to be the quarterback, not Winston.
No, it's gonna be Winston.
it's gonna be. You think so?
Yeah, I think
Pick
it's gonna
six
be Winston.
Winston?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Winston too.
Yeah, I got Winston for sure.
I know on that defensive league, we're going to be playing a bunch of corners when Winston plays.
Will that pick six? I don't know, man. That was tough for me.
Sleeper quarterback right there, Jameis Winston.
I got Hill starting.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any chance he starts, man. I think he had his chance to. Last year was his audition. I don't think he passed when he did get those starts. He's just not able to pass the ball, dude. He wasn't able to get
that ball looks slow coming out.
But is Winston? I mean, I guess we haven't seen LASIK Winston, right?
I think the
yeah. I think he's better than
for arm strength
Hill
and for arm strength. Yeah, I think Winston got it because when Hill was throwing that ball, everybody had to turn back around and come back to get the ball. A lot of the times, and they weren't even deep passes.
Yeah, just inaccurate and. Yeah, I don't know. Let's get back to
Kamara. I honestly feel too wet before we get back. I feel like Sean Payne might be on some crazy shit and do like a Hill Winston every other play. Just switch him out every other play.
Oh man, I thought you were going to be talking about some headhunting. I was like, oh yeah.
I mean,
sorry, Brett Favre fans.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara, man, as a running back, he's my favorite running back in the league. I when he gets the ball in his hands, the way he makes people miss effortlessly, like how you were talking about Dalvin Cook and the way his footwork and the way he can cut, and I think I see all of that in Kamara too, man. He's
Kamara has like unbelievable balance.
Yeah, his balance is just unbelievable. Like the way he makes people miss, dude. Just like you can almost guarantee the first guy that comes up to him has no chance. You're missing Alvin Kamara. Like it's rare that he goes down with first contact.
And it's funny, like so. Now, he's obviously way better than Foster, the running back from Houston. But when you watched him when he was those 2 years that he was great, it looked like effortlessly. Like when he ran through the holes, it was smooth. Like he glided through people. Yep. People just slid off of him like he was buttered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about
Alvin Kamara looks, except being healthier.
And
I was gonna say more like LT.
And Kamara was a waiver wire wonder as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
You picked him up off the waiver wire for his rookie season, and he probably won you that league, man.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot who picked him up.
Yeah, along with Nick Chubb. Who else? Is Austin Eckler was the waiver wire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who else, man?
Yeah, because Melvin Gordon held out, right?
Yeah. I mean,
that's crazy.
Yep. James Conner. James Conner when Le'Veon Bell held out like 3 years ago now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that guy at, anyways?
James
Conner. He went to Arizona.
It's not about Bell.
Oh, Bell.
He looked good too when he was hot, but man.
Jets released him, right? He's not in the Jets roster. Who? Bell? Le'Veon Bell?
No, he's a free agent. That's another guy that we're saying the Rams might pick up. Le'Veon Bell.
And overpay for And then, of course, everybody's number one. We got CMC.
Yep.
Of course, you got to
McCaffrey.
Exactly. He's awesome. I think he played 3 games last year, and he averaged about 20 points.
Yeah.
Every game.
Just based off the pure workload, man. Like this guy's gonna be the number one option. He's gonna get the rush attempts. He's gonna get the targets, the receptions, and he's gonna make people miss and get in the end zone.
He's boy wonder. You don't hear about a white running back. To be honest, that's not something they dominate in. And man, this guy is amazing.
Yeah, he is.
He can catch
white chocolate.
Yeah, he can hit the holes, and man, he's everything. Everything.
Yeah, man, he's super explosive. But yeah, like I said, that he hasn't done anything. There hasn't been any reports that would make anybody drop him out of your number one. I think he's. But honestly, for me, Cook, Kamara, and CMC, I wouldn't be mad if anybody has a number one overall pick and gets either one of them.
Honestly, dude, if I'm at number 3, to me, it's just as good at being at number 1, but I get to pick before number 1 on the way back. So I'm like, those top 3 are interchangeable. I'd rather have 3 than 1. And which one out of these 3, McCaffrey, Cook, Kamara, whoever falls to me, I'm happy with. And on the way back, I get to pick before the 2 guys that pick before me. Yep.
I'd be happy with a top 4 pick, man. You can't go wrong with either one of those guys.
Even Henry,
yeah, man. I if I had a top 4 pick in my league, I'd definitely be happy with either one of those, and I'd be just doing my game plan around one of those running backs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I guess, and then before we finish it, let me ask y'all a question. Out of the top 5, so CMC, Kamara, Cook, Cook, Henry, and Chubb, who for y'all has the greatest percentage of dropping down from the top 5?
I have to go with Chubb because of
the situation.
That's the only reason.
What about for y'all guys? Chubb as well?
And this is assuming they all stay healthy. So we can't assume no one's getting hurt.
Yeah, no one gets hurt, finishes, and then one of them just drops outside of the top 5. Who's the biggest percentage?
Well, assuming healthy, yeah, Chubb.
Yeah, if health is not a factor, then yeah, I think Chubb would, because he's just battling for those. I mean, he's just that much of a talent that he can still be on the list and still be the iffy guy because of the workload Hunt gets,
What about the same question, but the other way around? So 6 through 10, who has the biggest possibility of ending up in the top 5?
Joe Mixon.
I'm with you,
I think
baby.
Zeke. I like Mixon, but I'm going with Zeke there. I think that Zeke has the biggest
ceiling.
Upside, the highest ceiling, just because of the offense that he's in. And if he does come back hungry this year, you never know, man. Like, he could have a season like he did one of his first 2 years, like a season like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Shaquan. I think he might do something. I was telling the guys recently that running backs that tear their ACL, for some reason, the next season they come out strong like crazy.
No, that was Cook.
AP, Jamal Charles, these people tore their ACLs, and the next season they were top 5. So, I mean, that's just my thing.
Yeah, gotcha.
Damn, interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Hey, real quick before we finish, we should talk about why we left the top, 11 and 12 out of the top 10. I think we should talk about Aaron Jones. A lot of people are high on him, have him in their top 10. Luis, what do you think? What was one of the reasons why we weren't so high on him?
It's a Matt LaFleur system for me, and AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon is so good. He had that amazing game against Tennessee last year with all them carries, and even though he got paid, the Packers are known, their medical staff are known for holding their players for playoffs. Mm-hmm. So that means for me, if they're winning games, they're doing good, they're going to have A.J. Dillon more out there during the season and have Aaron Jones more for the playoffs.
But on another note,
we know, we're well aware of Aaron Jones' finish. We know he finished high. But it's just, what Luis said. I was an Aaron Jones owner last year, and I just too many times where they just hold this guy out for multiple drives at a time. And I'm thinking the guy's hurt, and there's nothing wrong with him. They're just holding him out. They gave Jamal Williams a lot of work.
Maybe the offensive coordinator didn't have Aaron Jones on his fantasy football league. And he was like, man, he's already up 20 points. We don't need to put him on.
Maybe.
I do say one thing though that I was iffy about of taking him out was the fact that Jamal Williams is not there, so Aaron Jones now is the primary passing back.
Gotcha.
Because AJ Dillon's not known for his catches.
Yeah.
But I just feel like they won't be in those. If assuming Aaron Rodgers plays, they will not be in that many situations.
Yeah.
So that's why he drops down again. I feel like AJ Dillon's gonna be the workhorse to finish off the games and wear and tear the defense. Let me ask you another question then, since we're talking Gibson or Najee Harris for y'all. Who would y'all rather take?
I'll gamble. I'll go with Najee Harris because I feel like he has a higher ceiling. I feel like he's in a better offense, and if they can get their running game going again, I like where he can go, man. I like it. And he's gonna be the pass catcher as well. People say he's really good catching passes out of the backfield. I would go with Harris.
Yeah, I think Harris is. He's on a good team that runs the ball, and they love that.
Good defense, right?
Yeah, good defense. He'll be on the field more, and if they're up on points, they're gonna just keep feeding him the ball. So, I do like Harris.
I'm gonna go with my boy Gibson. Alex Smith is not there no more, so he's not gonna target the F out of McKissick. Dude, no, for real. Like, I don't know if the Washington football team did not do their scouting right, but Antonio Gibson was known for catching, and then yet they had McKissick out there. Antonio Gibson was a slot, in college.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy. Yeah.
I feel like this year he's gonna explode with catching.
There's a little bit of load management too.
Yeah, exactly. But if he stays healthy, I feel like he's gonna be great. Defense is gonna be great. Put him in awesome situation.
Fitzmagic.
And Fitzmagic, yeah. And Fitzmagic loves targeting the running back too.
Didn't they improve the offensive line as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm higher on Gibson than I am on
Harris.
Yeah, on Harris. But I have in my personal top 10, I have Gibson at 10 and Harris at 11.
Oh yeah, I would not argue with that either. I do think Gibson has top 10 potential, and I feel like the biggest for him is I feel like he got way too many touchdowns that he should not have last year. That was
It was kind of freakish, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so you don't think he's going to replicate those numbers again, right? Think
I feel like he's not gonna regression in touchdowns, but might have a upbeat in rushing attempts and catching
too.
Yes. Yeah. So it's a toss up for me, but his ceiling does look better for me than his floor.
Right.
Yeah, you want to finish it off, Steve, with the last comments?
All right, guys.
Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah, guys. First, we got to give a shout out to Two Socks Designs for making us some really cool TDFK polo shirts. Really nice and slick. It looks like we're about to go golfing, or commentate a fight or something, or ref or something. We look good, man. And again, one more time, because we don't forget the people who help us out. JC Creative, who designed our logo. Go check him out for any of your web designs or any kind of internet needs. If you need a website,
You need a logo.
yeah, anything like that, hit him up.
He's awesome, man.
Did a great job.
And yeah, I'm gonna beat it like a broken record, or how's it go? Beat it like a drum.
The dead horse? No.
Beat it. I don't know. Anyway,
It's a long night. It's been a long night.
yeah, this is a fan-driven show, man. So we need your guys' help.
Michael Jackson.
So, so like, share, subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Get the word out there, man. We're gonna, like I said, fan-driven. We need you guys out there. This is gonna be an outlet for the hardcores, because it's by hardcores. This is an outlet for you guys to give your opinion. So let's build this show up as soon as we can, man. And we could interact with you even more. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fun, man. So, like I said, you're at work, someone brings up combat sports or fantasy football, let them know. This is probably the premier one-stop shop on podcasts or YouTube that do fantasy football, boxing, and MMA.
Definitely.
We're probably the best looking guys
Definitely.
in podcast land where you can't see us.
Facts.
And probably and we're probably the funniest.
That's true.
I think we're the funniest, man. So you know what I mean? So like I said, get the word. This is just, 5 guys chasing their dreams and doing what they love, man. Sharing their passion. So like I said, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Don't forget
Don't take it
check
easy.
out TJ Dillashaw.